everyone, welcome back to the Working Class Revolt, and today I want to talk about the Conservative leadership race and who is going to become the next leader of the opposition. So let's remember the Conservative Party only have around 120 MPs and 6 MPs in total are running to become the next leader. Now, you would think that the 60,000 strong membership of the Conservative Party would pick the leader, and in the end they will do, but only when the MPs have took the number of 6 down to only 2 MPs. So this, what we see now, each stage of votes by the MPs knocks somebody out till it gets down to 2, is very undemocratic. And they do this to basically make sure you don't get a Jeremy Corbyn type character who got elected in 2016 for the Labour Party. So let's take a look first of all at the results. So in first place came Robert Jenrick. He got 28 of the MPs to vote for him. Kemi Badenoch came second with 22 votes, and James Cleverly in third with 21. So as you can see, the top 3 were very close indeed, and that's because the Conservative Party is very split. Now, interestingly, it was actually Priti Patel that came last. She's actually knocked out now, and I'm glad to see that because Priti Patel is, for me, a very establishment candidate. She's very much One Nation, who sometimes pretends to be centre-right. She tends to be anti-establishment, so I'm glad that she's gone. And I think it shows why so many Conservative voters went to Reform UK. They don't want the One Nation anymore, only the MPs do. So we then had Mel Stride and Tom Tugendhat, who came near enough joint with 17 and 16 votes. So it looks to me at this stage that I would definitely say Robert Jenrick could definitely make the last 2. I think he will definitely win with the membership, and it's going to be interesting to see whether Kemi or James Cleverly come in second. Now, I think it's possible it might be James Cleverly because Kemi Badenoch is definitely, like Jenrick, going for the more centre-right vote, the more anti-establishment membership. So I wouldn't be surprised if the other MPs now get behind James Cleverly, or even possibly Tom Tugendhat or Mel Stride to try and get somebody else in the final 2. But I think it's safe to say that Robert Jenrick is running the best campaign, and he may well have took another step closer with his latest announcement, and that is that he would indeed support Donald Trump as the American president, and I think that will go down well with a lot of voters, maybe not so much Conservative members, but definitely the more wider centre-right anti-establishment voters that are out there. And he also has gone on the attack to Sir Keir Starmer by stating that it's going to be very costly by scrapping the Rwanda plan. And that's where I disagree with Robert Jenrick. The Rwanda plan was terrible. Yes, it was a better deterrent than not having any at all, like we have now under the Labour government, but it was a terrible plan. It temporarily sent some migrants over to Ireland rather than England, but it wouldn't have took long at all for the gangs to explain just how little the numbers are actually going to get sent to Rwanda. So I disagree with Robert Jenrick there. But the big question today is Robert Jenrick a Nigel Farage or is he a David Cameron? And what do I mean by that? Well, if he's a Nigel Farage, he is a small seat Conservative. Nigel Farage was a member of the Conservative Party, somebody that believes in small government, making your own decisions. I'm not a Conservative, but I'm very like-minded to that ideology. They believe that having small councils, like the old urban district councils and parish councils, is a better way to run society, having more local decisions made locally. Unfortunately, we haven't seen that from the Conservative Party over the last 15 years. We've seen a Conservative Party, a One Nation Conservative Party, very much like the Labour Party. So Robert Jenrick is now positioning himself as a Nigel Farage type character. But my worry is that in fact he may be the next David Cameron. So if we look up to the 2010 general election when David Cameron won by a very slim margin, it was actually a hung parliament to become Prime Minister, I remember him coming out with statements like, if somebody enters your house illegally, human rights go out the window. And he was trying to do this more centre-right talk in order to get votes, and it worked for him. But what we saw when he became in power was he was very much just a carry-on from Gordon Brown and Tony Blair. So it'd be interesting to see what Robert Jenrick has. A second problem I have with Robert Jenrick is, do you think Robert Jenrick, and please comment and let me know on this, has the character to overturn a majority government that we have with Labour? So although Labour are going to become very unpopular, just like the Conservatives did, the Conservatives actually did better in 2015 because they kind of put this image across as if, yes, we make tough decisions, but you're safe under us. And that is exactly what Keir Starmer's going for. So although they'll be very unpopular, it's going to take a very, very big character to overturn that huge majority of around 150 MPs. So please let me know what you think. Who do you think will win? Do you support a candidate saying they support Donald Trump? And what do you think of Robert Jenrick, the leader? Do you think he is going to be a Nigel Farage, or do you think he's going to be a Boris Johnson, Theresa May, David Cameron type character? Thank you all for watching. Please like, share and subscribe, and I'll see you next time.